Welcome to this PricerJob tutorial. In this video we will discuss the Preparation and Protection module in PricerJob. To access the Preparation Protection module, click the Preparation category here in the module toolbar and select Preparation and Protection, and then create the module. This module makes it easy to add cost estimates for floor protection, dustproof screens, boarding up openings, temporary waterproofing, and driveway protection. For example, you may require floor protection if you're doing a refurbishment job inside. Or if you're just cutting out a door, perhaps you'll require a dustproof screen to separate the workspace from the rest of the room. If you're changing windows or creating new openings, perhaps you'll need to board up these openings for security overnight. Temporary waterproofing may be required if you're doing a loft conversion, and this will allow you to select tarpaulins, boarding, and other measures depending on the specification. Driveway protection will protect the surface from a roll-off skip. Let's start with floor protection. Here we can select the type of floor protection required, and there are a variety of categories to choose from. We can choose Correx protection, which is Proplex plastic sheets. We can also choose dust sheets, self-adhesive rolls, tarpaulins, plywood, OSB boards, timber, battens, and tape. In this case, we might choose some sheets of black Proplex, and we simply click to add that to our estimate, and then adjust the quantity of sheets required. For dust sheets, we could choose a poly-backed dust sheet, 3.6 square, and again adjust the number of sheets required. For self-adhesive carpet protection, we could choose a 20-meter roll, and we might also require some plywood to protect expensive floor tiles. So here we could select some shuttering plywood, 12mm, to line the floor with plywood, and we'll select the quantity here. And you'll notice in the background that PricerJob has automatically calculated the labor to install the plywood. And you can change this if needed, just by simply overriding the price here per hour, and the new price is highlighted in yellow to let you know that you have overridden the default value. To reset this back to the default, you can select the cog settings and select reset, and the price reverts back to the default value. If you want to adjust the labor hours required to install, you can do that here under the stage Floor Protection Labor Hours. And this updates here in the estimate pane. Next, let's take a look at dustproof screens. Similar to floor protection, we simply select the type of protection we want to add, and we see the same categories here: Correx protection, dust sheets, self-adhesive rolls, tarpaulins, plywood, OSB boards, timber, battens, and tape. So for this example, we'll just select an extra poly-backed dust sheet, and 2 extra should be fine. And that is added to our estimate, as well as the labor to install the dust sheet. Next, we'll take a look at boarding up openings. And I'll just deselect these items here to clean up our space for a moment so we can focus on the task at hand. For board openings, we can select the type of materials we want to use, and we see the various categories of protection materials. And for boarding up the openings, we'll require some plywood. So we'll go ahead and select some 9mm shutters, and we'll increase that to 2 boards. And perhaps we'll want to add some tarpaulins on top. So we'll select that from the categories here, and increase the quantity as required. And that is added to our estimate. Next, we'll take a look at temporary waterproofing. And we can select the materials here. And for this, we can select a reversible tarpaulin, and we may need 2 of those, and a couple of lengths of poly rope. And that is added to the estimate. And as we add each of these items to our estimate, a nicely written description is being added to the description pane as well. Finally, let's add driveway protection, and we can select the materials here, and this will protect the driveway from a skip being rolled off, and for this we'll require some plywood. And it doesn't need to be thick. Shuttering 18mm should do the trick. And we'll take 3 of those. And for added protection, we'll add a tarpaulin for concrete delivery to make sure it doesn't damage the area. And we'll add 2 of those. And then here in the description, we can add a note, and this will be separate from each of these items, and then close the note editor. And here we can see our note is added, and even if we deselect each of these items, the descriptions for each item is removed, but our note will remain. And as we add all these back in, we can check our report to see the quote. And there's a nicely detailed quote here with the grand total, or we can show an advanced quote that shows all the prices, or just the table of quantities. And it's all done for us in just a few seconds. And that's how to use the Preparation and Protection module. Thank you for using PricerJob.